People in Kiribati are calling for action to be taken after a ferry sank amid fears there may have been up to 100 people on board. The ferry's been missing for well over a week after initially departing from Nonuiti Island to the capital Tarawa, a journey that normally takes 2 days. Just 7 survivors have been found so far, and search teams from New Zealand, Australia and the United States are continuing to scour a remote area of the Pacific Ocean, a very large piece of ocean too. Sarah Robson has more.
Tana Ata is a local NGO worker in Kiribati. She says people are worried by how long it took for authorities to be notified that the vessel was missing.
It's been how many days now, and we just heard of it, and we don't know how the people on the boat are, those who left behind, those who have been found, and those who are still out there.
The Kiribati government said yesterday that it was first informed on Friday that the ferry was overdue. It also said the 17-metre wooden catamaran had been deemed unseaworthy after an earlier crash, and it had no form of emergency locator beacon. Ms Ata says she had thought people were aware of the safety rules for passenger ferries, but now she's not so sure.
Hearing this incident now, we just found out that they had no radio equipment and all the necessary stuff, equipment needed for a vessel carrying passengers.
The ferry had just 1 life raft and 2 dinghies on board. It remains unclear just how many people were on the ferry, with estimates ranging from 35 to 100. Rika Masnade is the editor of the local broadcaster, Radio Kiribati. He says the sinking is one of the worst disasters to occur in the country and people are in shock.
Some of the people don't even want to hear the stories that have been relayed or shared by the survivors. The survivors said that a lot of them were on the boat and a lot were clinging to the boat. Imagine floating in the sea for days and hours.
But Mr Nade says other people are calling for strong action to be taken.
There is anger in the community too. People are posting comments on social media to put the owners and all those who are involved in that company who owns the ship to take legal action.
It's not clear yet who owns the ferry. The Kiribati government hasn't made any further comment today about the sinking, and it has not responded to RNZ Pacific's calls. Meanwhile, Paul Craven from New Zealand's Rescue Coordination Centre says a Kiribati Marine Patrol boat is on its way to pick up the 7 survivors who were rescued by a fishing boat. He says it's expected to arrive tomorrow morning.
They've got 2 doctors and 4 nurses on board to assist with the survivors, and any other survivors may find.
Mr Craven says there are 4 aircraft from New Zealand, Australia and the United States searching for more survivors. 2 commercial vessels from Kiribati are also combing the area near where the dinghy was found. But Mr Craven says it's not an easy task.
I don't want to underestimate the difficulty of the task. The aircraft and the crews involved are all specialist marine searching aircraft. This is what they do for a living. So we have the best people on the job, but the search area is enormous, and due to the fact that everything drifts, it's getting bigger every moment.
How long the search goes on is up to the Kiribati and Fiji authorities who are leading it. The Kiribati government has promised a full investigation into the ferry sinking. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Sarah Robson, aho.